Hello and welcome to Sports Shorts Daily. I'm Tommy Krysan here on a Tuesday morning at Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. Coming to you, got Derry Beckwith, the national champion linebacker from LSU, NFL player. Derry joining us, and we apologize for being a little bit late as there was a major wreck on the Mississippi River Bridge. It took me a pretty good while to get here this morning, but I'm here and I'm ready to roll. Derry, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Tommy. I can't complain. The weather is beautiful. The dogs are barking. Birds are chirping. LSU beat Alabama, so I'm extremely excited.
Well, and of course, we're brought to you by the LeBears Casino and Hotel, the Barstool Sportsbook, which is open, doing great. Want everybody to check that out. Tell you more about that in a minute. Derry, you mentioned it. LSU takes down Alabama in overtime. I got lucky on the radio Saturday morning. I thought LSU would win. I knew you thought Tigers would do well, but what a football game. Let's just say great college football game with a lot of talent on both sidelines, but LSU found a way to get the win.
Absolutely, they did. I think they did an outstanding job, Tommy, of getting that win. I apologize, Tommy. I had bad internet service. So, may you repeat that question? I had to step back inside real quick.
All right. Remind you, I'm at Court Street Cafe here on a Tuesday morning, 8:05 Court Street in Port Allen. Derry Beckwith's getting us a little better internet service going on. There you go, man. No, you're working hard today. Got your
I'm
white
trying.
shirt on. There you go. No, but how about the play? I mean, I don't know where to start. From Harold Perkins Jr. to Jaden Daniels to Josh Williams, the running back, the two freshman tackles who did a great job against two NFL defensive ends for Bama. Both those guys will be in NFL for a while. And then, we'll talk about the 2-point conversion in a minute, but this football team found itself. They fought hard and they found a way to win a game that they were a 12 and a half, 13-point underdog at home. Derry, you've been there, done that. I mean, talk about what it must have been like on that sideline as that game was progressing.
I think for the most part, they realized what was at stake, and I think the coaching staff did an outstanding job of getting those players prepared for this game. As a player, you can always say it's just a game or it's just the next game, but Tommy, some games mean a lot more, and you can tell that this game meant a lot more to the coaching staff and to the players by the way they executed and the way that they played. I mean, from the beginning to the end of the game, it felt like every play was a big play, or every play would determine the outcome of the game. And I've never seen a team so well prepared and so focused to go out there and execute, and that's what they did. I think Matt House is not getting enough credit. He did an outstanding job defensively, Tommy, mixing up different coverages, mixing up blitzes and different stunts. Sometimes he had 4 down linemen. Sometimes he had 2 down linemen. He would drop, he would drop 8 sometimes, rush 3. So he did a great job. He used Harold Perkins in a phenomenal way. He had Harold sometimes blitz off the edge. He had Harold blitz up the middle. Sometimes he had Harold being a spy. So they did an outstanding job on the back end. I know he had Greg Brooks playing a robber a lot of times. So he did an outstanding job. The offensive game plan was tremendous. Jane Daniels continues to show a tremendous amount of growth in maturity. He's getting better game in and game out. And so kudos to LSU in that program. And, obviously in the past, LSU has always been, one of those elite programs. I know the past 2 years hasn't been, what we've expected here down in Baton Rouge. But this game is a game, is a defining win for this program and Brian Kelly.
Well, I liked it yesterday when Brian Kelly at the press conference, the first question from the media was, Coach, was this your best win of your career? And he goes, no, the best win will be when I win a national championship. That tells you where his mind is and the mind in the building of everybody involved with football, the equipment guys, the training guys, the video guys. And Derry, you're a national champion. You know that's what it takes to achieve that goal. And if you're an LSU football fan, all you folks out there, I think you need to put your seatbelt on. It's going to be a hell of a ride going forward.
Oh, absolutely. And I think when he spoke with Holly Rowe after the game, one thing he mentioned, he said, we're going to celebrate this for 24 hours, and then we have to move on to Arkansas. And when he said that, think about it, Tommy. In that moment, with everything going around him, the emotions, the people running the field, they beat Alabama at home for the first time since 2010. And one of the first statements that came out of his mouth is that we got to look forward to next week against Arkansas, because Brian Kelly realizes the stress and the strain that SEC puts on you, not only physically but more so mentally. I mean, coming off a big emotional win like this, man, you got to play an away game at 11 o'clock in the morning against a team who's extremely competitive with you every single year. And so that just shows me his maturity as a coach, and the guys in the locker room are definitely buying into Brian Kelly and his system and his ways of doing things.
Well, so many times players are a mirror of their coach. What the coach does and says and acts like, that's what the players do and say and act like. And Brian Kelly, I mean, like I said, he thought it was a great win the other night. You go celebrate 24 hours. Got to get ready for Arkansas. You played Arkansas many a time. It's a tough game. It's going to be cold in Fayetteville. The wind blows. That stadium's like up on a hill. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. And you got to block all that out and go play football, because I remember back in '97 when LSU beat Florida, the number one team in the nation, with Herb Tyler and all them guys. The next week, they lost to Ole Miss. They were like a 15-point favorite, lost to Ole Miss the next week after knocking off number one Florida Gators, okay? So I think everybody knows that. So I think Brian Kelly is smart enough to go forward. I want to comment on the guy you were talking about, Matt House. What a difference. I mean, Derek, you played college football, you played in the NFL. These NFL defensive coordinators, they know what they're doing, and they have the ability to adjust almost from series to series. You say halftime adjustments. Well, no, you got to adjust in the first quarter sometimes, second quarter. The players come to the sidelines and, hey, they're doing this, they're doing that. And when the coaching staff can make those adjustments quickly, that makes a difference. When you get to the end of the game, you have a chance to win. Talk about the NFL defensive coordinator mindset. With all due respect to the defensive coordinators in college, but there's a reason guys get to the NFL. That's because they're good.
Defensive coordinators, specifically defensive coaches in the NFL, Tommy, are extremely smart. If a new wave hits the NFL offensively, I can remember years ago the Wildcat was a new wave, and it takes the NFL by storm. You will get away with it that particular year, but the next year, if you don't improve or you don't cultivate it, they're going to catch up with you and they're going to figure you out. And so that's something that Matt House brings to the LSU defense, is that, they always been a second half team, and people realize why are they so dominant in the second half. That's because he figures out what you do in the first half and he's making the proper adjustments. But this game particularly, I mean, he had an elite game plan from the beginning all the way into the end. I remember Bryce Young, one particular play, he came into the line of scrimmage to make a check. And LSU, they was playing chess with him. They made a check as well. So they were well equipped, well prepared for this game. Like I said, the way he mixed up coverages on the back end, the way he mixed up the front was incredible. Alabama offense could never get a gauge or pinpoint what we were doing defensively, because every series, it was literally something different and something new. We were showing the Heisman Trophy winner, Bryce Young.
Well, you just said it. Bryce Young is a Heisman Trophy winner. He's a great quarterback. He's going to play in the NFL for a while. And he never got in sync. He was pressured. He was hurried. And, they don't put hurries in the stat box and pressures, but they made him move his feet out of the passing lanes many times. And he was, I don't want to say rattled, because he's been there, done that, but he was affected by the LSU defense and the adjustments, and Harold Perkins Jr., who has emerged as one of the best football players in the country.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the guy's incredible. And I think one thing we have to learn about players specifically coming out of high school, you don't want to put too much on them and too much pressure. So it's up to the coaching staff to maximize his skill set and maximize the player's skill set. And that's what Brian Kelly and Matt House has done. They are maximizing Harold Perkins' skill set. Look, he has elite closing speed. I haven't seen anyone in a long time with that type of closing speed besides someone else who wore number 40, and that was Devin White. And when he closes, he gets there in an extreme hurry. The guy's relentless off the edge when he's blitzing. He never quits. He never gives up. And he is just a mature young man. He is all about business. He's about business on the football field. He's about business in the classroom. And so when you have that type of player, you have nothing but success is set up for him. And the guy's incredible. And the way he's handling and carrying himself is tremendous. He's not a me guy. He's about the team. And so, look, the future is bright for Harold Perkins. Look, the future is bright for LSU in general. I know we're talking about this year and they can get the SEC championship, but man, I'm looking at this roster time in the future, and it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, well, a couple of people commenting, Carl and Chance and Jamie. If LSU beats Arkansas and beats A&M, they're in Atlanta, probably against Georgia. Okay. Now, Derry, you were a player, and I know Brian Kelly said it at his press conference yesterday. You got to turn the page. You got to get ready for Arkansas. Arkansas is they got beat the other day. They're going to be hurting a little bit. They're very capable of winning this game, especially at home. So, as a player, Derry, you've been there, done that. How do you turn that page? And when you went to practice yesterday and you get out there today, it's got to be all about what can we do every single play to beat Arkansas.
I think you have to learn from experience. You can remember when I think they beat Mississippi State, they beat Auburn, and so it was looked like they were getting the momentum going, right? And then Tennessee rolls in town, and we lay an egg. So you have to go off of an experience. And so I think these guys will learn from the Tennessee game that no game is guaranteed a W in the SEC. It doesn't matter who you play. This is literally NFL on Saturdays. That's exactly what the SEC conference is. So as a player, you go off of experience. You go off of failures. Why wouldn't
We got a little internet thing there with Derry. Remind you, I'm at Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, 7 days a week. Now open for the Sunday brunch. Court Street Cafe. Got steak night on Saturday night, and we've temporarily lost Derry Beckwith. But Court Street Cafe, they got the lunch specials. The best way to keep up with things is connect on Facebook and Instagram. Court Street Cafe, Port Allen. You'll find it. They publish a lot of stuff they post everything about lunch specials, dinner specials, the big steak special on Saturday night, the bar that's behind me with the daiquiri machines. I'll have the ball game on TV this Saturday morning at 11. Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. You need to check it out if you haven't done so already. Got a nice patio out front, plenty of parking. Had some people eating breakfast on the patio when I got here this morning. So lots of good stuff happening here at Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. And, of course, don't forget the LeBear's Casino and Hotel in Baton Rouge with the Barstool Sportsbook. It's rocking and rolling. It's doing great. And we definitely want you to check out the Barstool Sportsbook at the casino. All right, then we're trying to get Derry back in here. There we go. Derry, I did a little commercial for Court Street Cafe and LeBear's Casino while you jumped off. So you see, I knew how to adjust. I made the adjustment, right? And we kept this thing rolling. Do have somebody wants me to ask you a question. Chance chimes in, says, please ask Derry, how much does Brian Kelly remind you of Nick Saban and how he ran the LSU program where their focus is the focus? Oh, I'm not hearing you, Derry. All right, we got Derry's picture. We're not hearing him. There, you there back? Okay, I'm not hearing you, Derry. We got to get your volume on. I know Derry's trying to figure it out. I'm not hearing him. Appreciate Craig and Chance, all you guys chiming in on YouTube, on Facebook, Sports Shorts Daily. The rest of this week will be here Thursday and Friday. Ronnie Rant's away on a golf extravaganza trip. Derry, I'm not hearing you. I don't know if you're hearing me. I'm not hearing you. He's going to try again. Ronnie Rant's off with Louis Garcia and company, a big golf extravaganza thing, like a Ryder Cup thing. Ronnie's team versus Louis' team, and I'm sure we'll get a report on Thursday. I'll be out at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood on Thursday and Friday for Sports Shorts Daily. You know, there was a wreck on the Mississippi River Bridge this morning. It took me well over an hour to get to Port Allen this morning. And, hey, that happens. And all the times I've come here to Court Street Cafe and all the other times I've come to this side of the river, first time I really got hung up in bad traffic. So I guess the odds are with me. It worked out all right, and I got here. So, all right, let's see. We got Derry.
Test.
All right, there we go. Good. All right. All right, so the question was, how much does Brian Kelly and the way he approaches the program remind you of what Nick Saban did at LSU and what he's doing at Bama? Obviously, Saban's record speaks for itself, and I think Brian Kelly's record's gonna speak for itself.
Chance, that's a great question. I think they're mirror images of each other and how they run the program. Both of them are all about the process. They never really look at the future. They're all about the present and how the process is cultivating in the present. And so, if you watch him talk and you watch him speak, he's always talking about being tactical. He's always talking about being organized. And so, both of them, Nick Saban and Brian Kelly, are extremely tactical. They're extremely organized, and they know where they're going, and they have a roadmap to where they're going. And even now, when you hear the players from LSU do interviews, who are they sounding like? They're sounding like Brian Kelly. When you hear Alabama players talking in interviews, who do they sound like? They sound like Nick Saban. So anytime, like Tommy alluded earlier, anytime you hear a player sound just like the coach, that program is in great hands, because that means the players are bought into what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, and they're gonna be a mirror of their coach. That happens in little league sports. I mean, if the coach is hollering and screaming and acting like an idiot, usually the players holler and scream and act like an idiot. If the coach is calm, cool, and collective, and getting his players in a good spot, then the players are calm, cool, and collective. That's no secret there. But anyway, so yeah, got to turn the page. Got to get ready for Arkansas on the road. Derry, you talked a couple of weeks ago on the radio. The road team in that 11 a.m. game, that 11 a.m. kickoff, it takes a little bit extra to get going. Is that correct?
It does. 11 a.m. because you have to travel, and then you have to get settled when you get to the town that you're playing in, and you have to wake up extremely early. I mean, you're eating a pregame meal at 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be extremely difficult. And then it's going to be cold in Arkansas as well, so your body has to get warmed up. But this is where I think the maturity of LSU team comes into play. I think that's why guys like Bernard Converse transferred in, Greg Brooks, Joe Fouché, all these guys are older and they have experience. Even Jaden Daniels has experience playing at a high level. So this is when your maturity level kicks in and your leader step up and go out there and handle business and set the tone early. If you set the tone early, I have no doubt that LSU will come victorious Saturday. Will be victorious Saturday.
Derry Beckwith, Tommy Krysan here with you on Sports Shorts Daily. Appreciate all the comments, everybody checking us out. Let's turn the page a little bit. The New Orleans Saints didn't get it done in the Dome last night. Had a great opportunity in the Dome. The place was crowded. It was packed. The Saints fans were fired up. And the Saints just couldn't get it going. Baltimore's a good team. Lamar Jackson's a great quarterback. He can hurt you with his arm and his legs. And the Saints, if they'd have won, they'd have been tied for first place in the NFC South. But they didn't get it done. And, Derry, I think in the NFL this year, we're seeing more and more of the any given Sunday, or in this case, Monday night. Like you said, in college football, there's no guarantee you're going to win a game in the SEC. I don't care who you play. You play Vanderbilt. They can jump up and beat you. They got SEC players. But the Saints just never looked good from the get-go last night.
It hasn't looked good all year. And the thing about it is, the NFL, you cannot go off of what you look like on paper preseason. What you look like on paper in the preseason does not matter in the NFL because every guy in the league is there for a reason. And I think sometimes as an organization, and even as players, you see who you have in your team and you think you can just roll out there on Sundays and win with talent. And it doesn't work that way. I just think they have a lot of things to do. They have a lot of revamping to do on that roster. Look, I think Andy Dalton is what he is. He's a good backup quarterback in the NFL, but to be a consistent starting quarterback, it's not going to work. He got the injury, to Mike Thomas. I think they have some issues on O-lineman. Even Cam Jordan, he's getting up in age. That's why he's getting pressure on the quarterback. Demario Davis, who's outstanding linebacker, you can kind of tell that father time is catching up, and that's okay. I mean, that's part of the NFL. So I just think they have a lot of work to do organization-wise to revamp their roster, get younger, get a little faster on defense, and make some changes on offense. And they will be looking for a quarterback this year in the draft. So it is disappointing because you see what they had on paper and the potential they had coming into this year. But like I said, potential is not when you football games. Execution will.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, Derry, before we get out of here, tell us about the Derry Beckwith Foundation. I know I follow you on Instagram and social media. Tell us about the great things you're doing for the young people in our community and surrounding communities.
Right, the Derek Beckett Foundation exposes student athletes to career and life skills opportunity outside of sports. So our whole motto is to develop a mindset to let them know they will be just as successful when their playing days are over because it will come to an end. We do various enrichment programs as far as financial literacy, dress etiquette, resume writing, how to properly communicate, and every month we expose them to different career opportunities that they can excel in. So look, if you want to get involved, visit DerrickBeckettFoundation.org, volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out our student athletes because they are the future.
Yeah, no question. I appreciate everything you're doing and all the people that help you. All right, Derry, we appreciate jumping on a little late this morning due to the traffic. I know you're a busy guy and appreciate all your comments and thoughts. And I know Chance and Carl and Jamie and Craig, everybody appreciates everything. We appreciate those guys checking it out. Derry, you have a good day. We'll talk again soon.
You too, Tommy, man. Have a great week. See you soon.
All right, man. No doubt. Appreciate Derry Beckwith there. All right. Once again, Court Street Cafe in Port Allen, 805 Court Street, 7 days a week. Now, Sunday is brunch, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday night is steak night. They're going to have the LSU game on Saturday at 11, right behind me in a little bar area here. TVs everywhere. Court Street Cafe. You need to connect on Facebook and Instagram. It's a great way to keep up. Also, we want you to like and share this video. Like and share this video. That helps us out a lot. Sports Shorts Radio, not going to be Saturday morning with the LSU game. I don't have the details yet. Probably be Saturday. Sports Shorts Radio after dark is what I'm thinking. We'll confirm that for you. As we'll be back Thursday and Friday for more Sports Shorts Daily. I'll be at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Ronnie Rance will be off the golf extravaganza trip, and he'll be ready to go as well. Like and share this video, as I mentioned. That helps us out a whole lot. Doesn't take you long to do that, but we want you to do it and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sports Shorts Daily, hosted by Ronnie Rance. That's going to do it on a Tuesday morning. Appreciate all the guys and comments, all the viewers. Like and share this video from Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. I'm Tommy Chrysan. Have a great day, everybody.